And another episode, Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, Hockey Edition. Donnie says, give me the Lightning in a bounce back spot tonight with plus money. You can't trust the Leafs yet. I'm calling one game a fluke for Tampa. I'm on the same side, so
Yep.
I would agree with that. Agreement here. What's up, Eddie? Hit the like. Thank you. T's and P's to all my Florida backers today. Let's go, Caps. Hey.
Yes, Capitals.
That was a great underdog win, and Nick's best bet record really appreciates it.
I definitely did.
But
I'm right back on him tomorrow, by the way. Spoiler.
Yeah, we will. We'll jump right into the first game here. The Bruins plus 100 are in Carolina minus 120. Total 5.5 here. The Hurricanes have dominated the Bruins this year, and it continued in game one. I took the Bruins to win the series, and just because I thought goaltending would actually be more of an advantage for the Bruins, and I like the way the Bruins are playing. They did not do well in game one, result-wise, but the first two periods, they outplayed the Hurricanes by quite a bit in those first two periods. I didn't watch the third period. I was watching something else, so I can't say that they outplayed them the whole game. But the Bruins did outplay the Hurricanes in the first two periods. The game did not go their way. I'm jumping right back on them here. Boston Bruins money line plus 105. I think they even the series. I think a lot of teams tonight even the series. But the Bruins plus 105. I'm going to try them one more time here. Nick, Bruins and Hurricanes, what do you think here?
All right, I think we should practice for tonight. Boom, 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 boom. Let's storm surge again. No, this is, I think, arguably one of the best teams in hockey right now with Carolina Hurricanes. And Antti Raanta, there were question marks coming into the playoffs with him. I think he kind of quieted the people who are questioning him a little bit in that first game. I think he'll do it again tonight. I think he'll stand tall like he did last game. And I'm going to ride Carolina here. I have Carolina to win the series. I have Carolina to win the East. I have Carolina to win the Cup. I have tickets for all of those. So I'm not going to stop now. I'm going to go with Carolina. This is a team I've been high on all season long. So I'm going to continue to ride them here. Give me Carolina on the money line. I got him at minus 120.
Turnsy coming on in.
I'm glad I'm going to be able to grow my lead a little bit then.
If that's for real, Turnsy, I'm going to assume it is. Make sure to get me your parlay piece as well. But yeah. Tim says take warning. We'll see. The Canes did get the win last game, but DX leans Canes, but staying away. Screams OT. That's why I thought last game. It didn't quite go there though. Toby likes Ronto over 26.5 saves and power play for Bergeron and Aho. Bruins first period. That reminds me, I did do some player prop parlays. So for this game, I took two Boston players, Bergeron and Marchand, both to get points. And also for Carolina, Aho and Teravainen. So those are the two players. Draw, Canes and OT, awesome DX. Is Toller okay? Yes. Actually, Cavano, Toller mentioned that the Stars are up 2 goals on. Sorry, the Preds.
Yeah, the Preds
are up 2 goals on the Stars for that contest thing he was talking about. So he wanted me to mention that. But we'll move on here to the second game, and then we'll look at the rest of the comments here. As Nick's talking, Tampa Bay is in Toronto. Plus 115 for the Lightning, minus 135 for the Leafs. Total 6.5 here. I expect the Lightning to bounce back. I saw it on Twitter earlier. Andrei Vasilevsky in playoff games where he's lost, he's 14-0 with a 966 save percentage in those following games. So he has yet to lose one. I'm not saying that this is going to be a blowout like 5-0 Lightning like it was with the Leafs. But I do think the Lightning bounce back here and tie up the series. They played a bad game. Their coach said they played a bad game. And I think they rebound here in game two. I wouldn't talk anybody off the draw because I think this is going to be a close game. Looking at the total, I would say over, but with Vasilevsky's previous history after playoff losses, if he has a 966 save percentage tonight, then I don't think this is going to be a high scoring game. So, no real opinions on the total, but I think the Lightning bounce back and tie up the series here. Nick, Lightning and Leafs. What do you think here?
I'm on the same page here. I like the Lightning. I have the Lightning to win the series. I have East tickets and Cup tickets for them as well. Those are the two teams out of the East that I do like, are Carolina and Tampa Bay. And I think that they do bounce back in this spot. Playoff Vasilevsky doesn't lose 2 in a row. As you mentioned, the 966 save percentage. If you really think they get up here, why not maybe look at a team total under for Toronto as well? I think could be an interesting look there. And if you're feeling super ballsy, an exact amount of goals of 1 or 0 for Tampa Bay, if you really, or for Toronto, if you really think Vasilevsky stands up and has a huge bounce back game, I wouldn't say go that far, but yeah, I'm in the lead.
I'm trying to point at Nick, but it's not going. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
that's really weird to do that on camera. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I got
it. I cashed a plus 220 underdog ticket last night as a best bet. I'm in the lead. Yeah, I'm gonna ride with Tampa Bay here. I almost turned around and took -1.5 with Tampa Bay at plus 245. I think that's definitely a possibility where they come out here pissed about last game and they take care of business in this one, or at the very least you get an empty net goal at the end by Tampa Bay. And so I would lean towards the puck line. If you want to get a little frisky, I do like the regulation line. I ended up just going money line plus 115 with the Lightning though.
All right. Draw is tempting too. Yeah, it's tempting. Going into my player props for this one, the 4 players I chose. For Toronto, I chose Morgan Rielly, who's been getting points as of late. And then the other 3 are Tampa players because I'm expecting a Tampa bounce back. Kucherov, over 0.5 point. Stamkos, over 0.5 point. Hebben, over 0.5 point. If you want to see the parlays themselves, check out the spreadsheet and the link in the description of this video. You can also see occupancies picks there as well, and the show's picks and standings and everything. So if you want to see that, check that out. Moving on to the game of the night, in my opinion, the Blues are in Minnesota, facing the Wild here. Plus 120 for the Blues, minus 140 for the Wild. They were minus 120 earlier on in the day, but some movement here towards the Wild. A total of 6 in this one. I don't know if I should say that's the worst playoff game I've ever seen the Wild play. I don't know if I'd go that far because there have been some bad ones, but that was really bad. That was a bad game. It was a bad game. The Wild hit 3 posts, yes, but the penalties in that game, the Blues took a lot of penalties as well. But there were some dumb penalties taken. But on 5-on-5 play, the Wild outplayed the Blues. They just didn't get the puck in the net. I think the Wild are going to come out here strong. This is their second game at home. They have to go play in St. Louis for 2. I can't see the Wild getting swept in this series, and I don't think that they're going to go. I don't think they want to obviously go to St. Louis down 0-2. I think we get a motivated Wild in this first period. I took the Wild first period puck line minus 0.5 at plus 160. And then I also put 2 units on the Wild money line, full game at minus 125 earlier on. The Wild's hashtag for the playoffs is "It's about winning." They're going to show that it's about winning tonight by getting a win against this Blues team. They're going to get the win tonight. It's going to be a great game. I'm excited for it. Nick, Blues. Actually, before I go to this, I will give the players out I chose for my point parlays. I did go with two Blues props: Perron and Thomas for the Blues, and Fiala and Hartman for the Wild. Kaprizov was at 1.5 points, so I decided to go a different route there with Hartman. Nick, Blues and Wild. I know you're on Blues for the series. What do you think happens here?
Yeah, and one thing we did notice is both teams took a lot of penalties, but if we're seeing a bunch of penalties in this game, that only grades well for St. Louis Blues, because the Minnesota Wild's penalty kill is not great, and they're an extremely undisciplined team. We've noticed this throughout the entire season. I believe they're 30th in the league in points or in penalty minutes. So this is a team that spends way too much time in the sin bin. And when you do that against a St. Louis Blues team, which their power play is top 5 in the NHL, you're going to get burned. And that's just the fact here. You got a bad penalty kill with a penalty kill that struggled with Minnesota. And we got a really strong power play with St. Louis. And if this game is going to be having a lot of penalties like it did in the first game, and it comes down to special teams, that's a huge mismatch in the favor of the St. Louis Blues. This Blues team is so dangerous right now, and I'm not stepping in front of them. I did take the Blues in this game. I got them at plus 110. This is a team I've been riding for a while, and I have that 22-1 ticket for them. So this is a team I really do like. I'm sorry, Terry. I can't trust the Minnesota Wild to stay out of the penalty box, I think that's the main difference between these two teams is the discipline. So I like the Blues here.
All right.
No, they're not getting shut out again, but I can see this being a 4-3 type of game where the Blues win.
So Sam and DX are talking about Fleury here.
I thought it was going to be Talbot. I would be concerned with Fleury, honestly. He's not looked good, and Talbot had looked great down the stretch.
Okay, so Fleury has let in some softies. I'll give him that. But the last game was not his fault. The Wild scored 0 goals. Yes, they hit 3 posts, but they scored 0 goals. Yes, Fleury can be better. I think he's better tonight. But the reason why they didn't go to Talbot is because you don't go and acquire a 3-time Cup champion to put him on the bench. You just don't. If he loses this game, if he's bad today, then they may go to Talbot. But he's still Marc-Andre Fleury, a Hall of Fame goaltender. So, yeah. But I can see the X's opinion. Toller, welcome on in. Cubano asked earlier about you, and I mentioned what you said there about being up 2 goals there. So, what do you think here and the Wild and Blues?
What'd Cubano say?
Nothing bad. He just asked if you were okay. He asked if you were okay, and I said you were doing good because the Preds are up 2 goals on the Stars. So.
I already tasted cheesecake. But no. So for this game, I honestly, just like you guys, I'm surprised it wasn't Talbot. I mean, he's like, but I understand your reasoning there, Terry, behind it. Fleury has a resume, and he needs to live up to it. Whether or not he does that tonight, I don't know. I leaned Wild last game. Didn't do anything official. Going to do the same thing here. Going to watch the first period. Maybe do something not live, but I'm definitely not going to force anything. They're not going to get shut out again, so this could be a completely different Wild team tonight. I would like to see that in the first period, and if so, I might side them live. But other than that, if I were to take a lean, it'd probably be the total over.
All right. Before we get to what you think of the other 2 games, if you're going to take anything live in this game, the Blues are a fantastic second period team. Yep. They have more than double the goals in the second period than the second place team in the league. So if the Wild, I bet the Wild first period puck line. I expect them to have a lead after the first period and come out strong. I think the Blues come back in the second period. So I'm recommending Blues second period bet. I think they
Which
do.
I do have that line on Bovada. You can get the second period money line for the St. Louis Blues at even money.
So if you want to back the Blues, that would be the spot to do it. And then I think the Wild come back in the third and do win the game. So this could be a very good live betting game going back and forth, depending on how things go. Toller, what do you think in the first game, Boston and Carolina?
Yeah, I backed Boston first night of the playoffs. Came back to bite me. I wasn't expecting Rand to do as good as he did. I don't think the Bruins did too bad, but they definitely didn't live up to their full standards either. I think there's still a lot to be seen from them. I can't back him again straight off the bat, and I still don't want to trust Ranta just yet. They didn't test him too much, in my opinion. He did some good saves. I'll give him that, but again, this is just one that I'm not really too big on tonight.
Yeah, no worries. What do you think about this one, Lightning and Leafs?
No, I'm back in Lightning again here. I saw this crazy stat about Vasilevsky's like 14-0 after a loss in the playoffs. So I fully expect to bounce back here. They got shut out, so they better pepper Campbell. If they want any hope of making it out of this series, they need to win tonight. And I think they know the importance of that. So give me Tampa Bay money line.
Awesome. And then moving on into the last game of the night, the Kings plus 170 are in the Edmonton facing the Oilers minus 200, total 6.5 in this one. I had the Oilers in reg, and the Kings got the upset win here. Do they win two? Two in a row? If the Kings win this game, the Oilers are in big trouble, in my opinion. And I thought the Oilers were going to win the series, and I didn't think it was going to be that close. But the scrappy Kings that came out here in the first game, you have to think that Edmonton will come back here. One of the reasons why the Oilers did lose last game was because of Mike Smith making a really stupid play. But you have to think the Oilers bounce back here, but I've not got anything in this game. I didn't take any player props. I didn't bet anything in this game. I don't know. I just don't have a good enough read on it to bet anything. Nick, Kings and Oilers, what do you think happens here?
Yeah, I'm on the Kings again. I like the Kings to win this series, and I took them to win tonight as well. And I will continue to fade this Oilers team in the playoffs until they give me a reason to back them. And what we saw game one did not give me a reason to back them. What we saw last year in the playoffs did not give me a reason to back them. And honestly, I can see a month from now, Connor McDavid asking for a trade because they lose in 5 or 6 games against the Kings here. I've said this for a while. I think the Oilers, when it comes to playoff times, are just like the Leafs, and they're just like the Panthers. They're frauds. And I'm going to continue to fade those 3 teams throughout the entire playoffs, and this is no different here. So I took the Kings. I think getting big plus money on them every single game is definitely beneficial. And I still think they win this in 6. So give me the Kings here in this spot to take a 2-0 lead.
All right. Toller, Kings and Oilers. Any thoughts here?
Nick kind of hit all the good points there. If you watched any part of the game, you kind of saw that the Oilers just don't have it right now. They couldn't keep up. Kings, as scrappy as they are, were at times playing better hockey in the game. So I also don't feel comfortable backing the Oilers. I know this is a great bounce back spot for them at home. They need it. I don't feel the magic there either, though. Kings plus 1.5 looks great. The total, I don't like 6.5. I've said it before. I'm not going to force one on that. The first period, though, I like the goal in first 10 in this game.
All right. Moving on along to best bets, best parlay pieces here. I'll bring up everything. 1 second here. We'll look at the current standings. Nick, hitting your nice best bet yesterday. From Washington, I put you in first place there. Turnsy in second. Toller right in third place. Pretty good start for the show. Hoping for me that I get my first win today, but the show is doing well, and that's what's important. So we'll see here. Did Turnsy get me his parlay piece yet? No, I don't think so. Turnsy, if you're watching. Okay, I see it. Edmonton first period. All right, we will go on to the best bet segment. We'll start with dog of the day. I won't do it all in one today. Dog of the day. I'm going Tampa. I'm taking the Lightning. Nick, you went with St. Louis.
Yep.
Occupancy is also going with Tampa. And Ice X is taking Boston. Toller, is there a dog that you like today?
No, not yet. I'm going to wait till about game 4, game 5 to start getting mine in.
All right. And going on along. Over or under. I'm not on any totals today, so I didn't put one in. Occupancy is on the Minnesota game over 6. And Tim is taking Toronto, Tampa under 6.5 in that one. Nick, you didn't take a total?
Nope. I'll have one tomorrow. I don't have one today.
All right. Toller?
I did not get to totals today.
All right. Best bets, best parlay pieces. One second. For me, best bet, yes, I'm going right back to it. I'm taking the Wild to win. I just expect a big bounce back game from them. Best parlay piece, give me Stamkos to get a point. I think he bounces back. Nick, you're taking the Lightning money line, plus 115. And Tampa Bay plus 2.5 for your parlay piece.
Mm-hmm.
Occupancy is taking Yamamoto over 1.5 shots as his best bet. Oilers money line as his parlay piece. Turnsy's going with me on the Wild money line for best bet. Edmonton first period money line as his parlay piece. Tim is taking the Hurricanes money line as his best bet. Hurricanes plus 1.5 as his parlay piece. And Ice X is going Tampa Bay money line as his best bet. The Wild money line as his parlay piece. Toller, what are you liking here for best bet and best parlay piece?
Now, bear with me. I just got home, so I don't have exact odds. Nick, if you could help, if you have some pulled up, that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What would both teams score in the first period of the Blues and Minnesota game be?
I can get you that in just a second. These are Bovada odds, so they may not be the greatest of odds, but both teams to score in the first period plus 140.
That's not bad. Okay. And what's the Kings plus 1.5 at?
Kings plus 1.5 is at minus 145 on Bovada. The best available line I can find for you in just a second. Spreads. I can get you over on DraftKings minus 140.
Let's go. It's early. Let's go for the biscuit. Let's go Minnesota and Blues. Both teams to score first period for plus 140. Let's try to make a jump here.
Sorry, I was muted there. So Minnesota, St. Louis, first period, both teams to score. And what's the odds on that?
Plus
140.
140?
Mm-hmm.
I like it. And parlay piece?
Parlay piece, let's go with... I don't want to steal it, but that 2.5 on Tampa Bay looks really nice. Give me...
Just do it.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that one. Tampa Bay plus 2.5. That's really nice.
I'm going to bounce here, though.
Oh, yep. All right. That's the end of the show, too. So best luck to everybody tonight. Smash the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit the like button if you appreciate the content. or if you like the content, we appreciate all the support. Best of luck tonight, and we'll see you again tomorrow for more episodes of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Go Wild. Have a good one, guys.